It's so hot and I'm bored. I got cabin fever. I can't work on that because I'm waiting on parts, and that's no one's fault except mine. I should have made the decision to get these parts sooner. It's really bright out here. The sun's down, but it doesn't cool off around here. It's still, what is going on? Getting cabin fever is a real thing here in Arizona. It's hot. There's not a lot of photo shoots going on, not a lot of video shoots going on. So I was getting bored, and I went online. I found some really good deals on a Rivian truck, which I really like, and I want to buy one. Went and test drove one. And then when I was walking away from the Rivian, I took a picture of it from the side, and I was like, it's basically the same thing as the Maverick. Same size bed. Each of them have their pros and cons. The biggest con to the Rivian is it's very expensive. So maybe that'll be down the road a little bit. We hit a point with the Tacoma where I can't keep going because I'm waiting on some custom parts to be built. That's my fault. I should have ordered those at the beginning of this project, to be honest, but I didn't think I was going to need them. Now I do. You'll hear about that later. So that's at a stop. The OBS side of the house, I have all the parts here for it. Just waiting on Panda to say, bring it down, let's do it. Somehow I came across this Maverick, this guy that lowered and stuff, and I was like, all right, that looks good. That's going to solve my boredom. I'm going to lower the Maverick. But the way his was done, I bought Eibach springs last year, never used them. So if anybody wants to buy some Eibach lowering springs for a Maverick, let me know. His is on Coil Overs. So I reached out to the same company that his was on, which is called Silvers. And we got Coil Overs. So I was going to try to install them tonight when it was cooler, but it started raining and I didn't want to pull the Tacoma out and leave it in the rain just in case I didn't finish the Maverick tonight. So we're going to get up in the morning, get these things on. I'll go over the wheel selection with you and what I did with the wheels and why I went with the wheels that I did and all that. So see you in the morning. Okay, I'm going to look weird in this video the whole time with no hat and sweaty hair because I'm not going to wear a hat. It's too hot, but we got the front jacked up. It's kind of weird. Forgot this is like unibody, so jacking points and all that stuff. There's no frame or anything, but this is also funny. It's got the old stick to hold the hood up. I'm going to do the front first and then the back. Having this thing all four wheels off the ground, it's probably fine, but it's a little sketch, so. Stock one's out. New one's going in. Not gonna lie, that side kicked my butt. I've never had coilovers, so it's gonna be a little bit of a learning curve, like on adjustment, but they're pretty easy once you figure it out. AKA go on YouTube 3 times. Like I said, I never had coilovers, so I put the truck on the ground. I didn't film any of this. I wanted to get it back up in the air and adjusted, but it was laying on the fender liners here. So I have to take this, unload the spring, take this collar, meet it up to here, and then you turn this, and it lifts this threaded column out of this and lifts the truck up. Oh no, that's real close. Yeah, I think it's still sitting on the liner. Might have to go back up. So I just leave it like that. Start a new trend. Bought this gun because I wanted to see how hot it was. I think we're just gonna run it like that in the front and see if it settles. We're going on a long road trip on Monday. We're going to Monterey, California. It's like a 10-hour drive. Towing a trailer, loading the back up with bikes, and going to the beach and C10 slowdown. See how it settles on the trip, but let's get to the back. So the back are a little different. The springs are separate than the actual shocks, and they have adjustability, hard to soft.
I've been going to the racetrack, spent all my money on the dog in the bed. I put my heart into an 8-track, how about that? My life was perfect, now it's starting to
much better. There it is, it's done. The install went great. I stopped filming the rear stuff just because it was hot, I was getting frustrated. And yeah, the install went great. The product works great. The truck rides great, it looks great. I wasn't gonna do anything to this truck until I was on one of the Facebook groups and I saw a photo of this guy Bill's truck, and I'll put the photo right here. And I said, no, I wanna do that. So yeah, hopped on Marketplace, found a set of 21-inch Ford Edge wheels, took them over to Matador powder coating, had them finished in a charcoal or a forged charcoal gray, and they came out sick. It just looks really good. But there's one problem. I bought this truck because it was new, reliable, got good gas mileage. I didn't have to drive the Titan, which, like I was talking about, we were going on that trip to Monterey. Well, we took the Titan, and it did great. But it was more than double fuel costs. So the problem is, while the truck rides great, drives great, looks great, I can't haul anything. So I ruined what I bought the truck for. So every problem has a solution. This has two solutions. I can put it back to stock, or I can do the other solution, which we're gonna go do right now. We're gonna bag the back of this. Basically an airlift helper bag kit. So it comes with a compressor, a bunch of wiring, and airline. Up, let air out. And then I had these Slam Specialty RE5s laying around.
What the? So I got the suspension out. Oops. It's just a giant swing arm suspension. I'm basically going to be making something that attaches to this. So that still attaches to that. And then a bottom cup. And we'll be putting a bag in place of this. Hopefully.
The compressor, we're looking for spots to put it. This is behind the seat. These screws are already here. Boom. And the 12 volt is right there.
New cars, working on new cars. Everything's clean, everything's easy, everything just comes up. There's options for stuff.
There's socks.
There's socks, it comes with socks, just in case, twine, rubber deals. So what are you doing?
We're bolting in a kit by unbolting everything in the interior. We're just trying to run 2 wires, that's it.
We're just trying to get underneath the carpet right there.
And we don't want to cut holes.
We made these little spring pocket cup deals that are gonna go up in the factory location where the coils used to sit. Basically just sits up on top. Made enough clearance so that way you can get a ratchet wrench from the side. We're gonna utilize the adjustable coil over little pocket deal that came with the lowering kit they originally put in there. But that way, when we put the lower in there, if it still doesn't sit right, he can always adjust this to set the ride height. This came with the lowering kit. So we figured we'd utilize these, and now with the air ride. Which, this is pretty fucking good right here. Look at that. What do you think? Didn't even measure that. No, it's actually, that's probably gonna fit pretty well. We do have to make a base, like a stand for the bottom of this to space it up a little bit. Other than that, I think it should be fine. I think it should work okay.
Safety first.
Always, always. My mom always comments. She's always like, "Oh, thanks for wearing your PPE." It's like, yeah, I'm old, Mom. I have to.
Always wear your earplugs. You never?
Earplugs, safety glasses.
Safety glasses.
Gloves, helmet,
Yeah.
beard thing,
Yeah.
safety vest,
It might not seem cool now,
elbow pads.
but when you're deaf later on, it'll be cool. one thing we're really curious about is where is this gonna sit with no air in it?
All right, we're gonna set it down.
0 PSI.
0 PSI, we're gonna kind of see where it sits. If this moves up, if the wheel moves up in the wheel well, that's what we want, at 0 PSI. So when we put PSI in it, then the truck will lift off the ground, right?
Yep.
It really wasn't that much.
What'd you say?
You got a bag in front now. You gotta get a daily, bag the daily.
It worked out. It rides really good. So I'm gonna drive home and go from there.
Works for me. Thanks for coming by.
Yeah.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
I got stuff for you.
Oh, you got stuff for me? Oh, and I got a Tacoma for you soon. Waiting on that kit.
the front
Waiting
end
on the
kit.
front end kit. Should be here any day.
Okay.
So.
Works for me.
Okay, the truck rode great on the way home, but the real test is the trailer. When I hooked up the trailer the first time after lowering it, it was too low. Back tires were rubbing. That's why we did the bags. So now I'm gonna hook the trailer up and take a drive. Mission accomplished. Doing a little test drive down to the store. It feels good. It's not bouncy. It's not bottoming out. It's not stiff. It feels solid. Our first real test drive is going to be when we're going up to C10 Intervention up in Northern California in a couple weeks. So there'll be 3 people in the truck and a full trailer of boost stuff. Yeah, it feels good. So I didn't ruin the truck and it looks really good. So I want to give a special thanks to Silvers, the Coil Over company. Make sure you check them out if you're in the market for any coilovers. They make all kinds of stuff. And Panda. Again, Panda, he saves the day quite a bit, so I appreciate that, man. I spent some money on this that I was supposed to spend on the Tacoma, so go buy some merch, replenish my account. Thanks.